ThomasLFriedman, The Lexus and the Olive Tree. Embark on a journey through The Lexus and the Olive Tree by ThomasLFriedman, which delves into the complex realm of globalization and its effects on culture, politics, and security. This summary explores the concept of the super-empowered angry man emerging in the 21st century as a significant threat to the United States, aided by technological advancements and a shrinking world. Discover the varying motives and methods of these individuals or groups as they push back against the expanding influence of American culture and values. Understand how globalization acts as a double-edged sword, paving the way for incredible interconnectedness and potential diffusion of ideologies and discontent.
Super-empowered angry men. The 21st century poses a new threat to the United States. The super-empowered angry man globalization, which is often viewed as American imperialism, is amplifying the power of individuals who feel marginalized and angry. Thanks to advancements in travel and technology, these people have greater access to the means to cause harm. The same way the Romans' roads facilitated their own destruction, globalization is unwittingly super-empowering those who want to cause harm. The dangerous rise of super-empowered angry men. The term, super-empowered angry men, refers to individuals who use technological skills to challenge power structures and ideologies, ranging from nonviolent to violent means. The former type can bring down websites or flood emails with bomb threats, while the latter type can resort to physical violence to destroy institutions. Their purpose is to show that they are smarter than the elites that run these institutions and that the system does not control them. These individuals do not have a specific ideology but instead have an attitude of wanting to topple the current power structures. Super-empowered angry men. The book discusses super-empowered angry men, including Aum Shinrikyo, the Osama bin Laden group, the Unabomber, and Ramzi Youssef. These individuals are fueled by rage against the West and use advanced technology to carry out destructive acts. They do not seek to change the world but only to destroy as much of it as possible. Ramzi Youssef is the epitome of a super-empowered angry man, responsible for the 1993 World Trade Center bombing and driven by a desire to strike back against the U.S. using its own technology. Overall, these individuals pose a significant threat to global security and require vigilant efforts to prevent their attacks. The super-empowered angry man and globalization. The ability of the super-empowered angry man to integrate into the global system is highlighted in this book. Globalization gives them the ability, motivation, and logic to attack the U.S. on their own. The terrorists despise American values and technology worship, despite the U.S. being technologically superior. They love the idea of living a religious life while having access to technological advancements. The book delves into the concept of the super-empowered angry man, who has the resources, motivation, and ability to carry out global attacks on their own. One example provided is the follower of Youssef, who returned to the truck rental agency after the 1993 World Trade Center attack to reclaim the $400 deposit left on the truck that held their bomb. This individual's arrest ultimately led authorities to Youssef and the computer that contained the details of his plots. According to Middle East expert Stephen P. Cohen, men like Youssef no longer believe that they first need to get control of their own countries before targeting the U.S. Globalization gives them the ability, motivation, and logic to attack the U.S. on their own. States are no longer the relevant powers, the U.S. and global markets are. If the goal is to dismantle the global power structure, these men will target the U.S. directly. The terrorists despise American values and technology worship, despite the U.S. being technologically superior. The idea of American values being mindless consumerism and technology worship bothers them. Youssef highlighted this during his trial, expressing that Americans killed innocent people in every war they fought and continue to do so with new tactics like the economic embargo. Overall, the book provides insights on how these individuals operate and think, as well as how globalization has enabled them to carry out attacks on their own. Moreover, it sheds light on their perception of American values and culture, which often prompts them to carry out violent acts. Rise of American global arrogance. The rising resentment towards the United States triggered by globalization is explored in this passage. The American system, heavily influenced by its icons, markets, and military might, has caused upheaval in other countries. Imperialism has shifted to global arrogance, as the US's power is so vast that it no longer needs to occupy other lands physically. The impact of Americanization has created gaps in families and generations and is seen as insidious in other countries. The passage delves into quotes from Osama bin Laden and a former Indian Prime Minister, both expressing distress over the changes in their home countries due to globalization. Perspectives on globalization. The book discusses how various cultures view globalization differently, with Americans favoring free markets, while Europeans and Japanese believe in state control. The American system is viewed as cruel by some, but others appreciate the technology and personal empowerment it offers. The book also traces the origins of globalization to post-World War II U.S. strategy. However, the image of globalization is often synonymous with American culture due to the dominance of American companies like Disney, Coke, and IBM. The book warns of a power imbalance as American culture and values continue to be exported around the world.
In conclusion, the Lexus and the olive tree illuminates the intricate nature of globalization as it continues to intertwine our lives, creating both opportunities and challenges in its wake. The super-empowered angry man emerges as a potent reminder of the need to navigate this global landscape with sensitivity and understanding. Facing diverse beliefs and values, America's imprint on the world must be considered and addressed as we continue to weave our intricate global tapestry. This insightful summary highlights the importance of finding our footing in an ever-evolving world and embracing the dynamic nature of globalization, while acknowledging the potential risks and tensions it may generate.